Alright, hey guys, are you here today? Bringing a brand new video. Today I'm going to show you guys my tier list for all the Paradox Pokemon, how good they are in Gen 9 OU. So let's get right into the tier list. Um, so I'm going to start with, I guess I'll do the first um, old one, then the first future one, then the second, second, in that order, I guess. So starting off with Great Tusk, this thing is an A tier. This thing's great. It's probably like the best one that's not banned yet. It's really fucking good in terms of utility, but it also just has great offensive coverage, and it can just straight up sweep something. It can be a sweeper. It can be just a support mon. It can be both at the same time. It does a lot, and it has such a great offensive typing. He gets Headlong Rush, its own ground type close combat for himself. That's also really fucking good. Um, so this Mon has. I should probably just pull up this. Hold on. Let's go to Showdown. Let's go to Showdown. Let's go to Showdown. Great Tusk. So looking at his stats, he has a monster 115 HP with great attacking defensive stats. His speed's okay. Um, so you can run a lot of shit. Really. You have a Headlong Rush, close combat, knockoff, and spin, and like you run just like a shit ton of attack, shit ton of speed, you know, booster energy. This shit's nice. You can go for like a stealth rock, set. Have like earthquake, not earth power. Whoops, earthquake and like body press. You know, put some HP defense. Just make this thing the unkillable physical wall or whatever. So yeah, you have and like I don't know lefties, like you have this. You can also run spin. Like you have all sorts of shit that you could do with this mon. This mon's just great. It has knockoff. It's one of the few mons that have knockoff, and like it can be offensive or it can be defensive. It can have utility and shit. And like with Pro Synthesis, even like Sun teams, you could have like you could boost its fucking defensive stats or whatever, or maybe its speed or its attack or something, and just make it so fucking strong. So yeah, this thing's an A tier. It's probably the best Paradox mon that's not banned, to be honest. And I think it's a very great mon in this current meta. Slitherwing, this thing is C tier. Slitherwing's it's it's like it's you put choice band on there. You have like first impression, close combat. I don't know. Like you have a few good coverage moves, like you have earthquake, flare blitz, and shit like that. U-turn obviously you want to run, like I don't know. I think you use earthquake or flare blitz, and like that's the only way you can make this mon really work. To be honest. I don't know. Maybe Jolly. I don't know if it's Jolly or Adamant. I don't use Slitherwing. But yeah, this is what I see people use. They use like Earthquake or Flare Blitz here. I'm gonna just run Flare Blitz, I guess. And this is the Slitherwing set. It's very basic, but like it works kind of. It's not too strong, obviously. It's not too much of a threat. I might do a video on this on Slitherwing. I kind of want to do one for like every Paradox Pokemon. Even though, yeah, Slitherwing is one that's like not the strongest. It's not. Is it? I won't say it's complete ass, but it's kind of ass. The only problem is like, well, obviously first impression, yeah, it's priority, but it only works first turn, right? It's not the fastest. Its bulk is okay, but like it has such a bad defensive typing, and I feel like if you're gonna be a choice band hitting people, like you need to like at least be able to tank hits, and I feel like you're not tanking hits if your defense typing is so bad, and also you're just not fast enough. Okay, like I don't know if you can't tank hits, you should at least be fast. Like for example, Pheromosa, another bug fighting type. That mon was had the horrendous uh defensive stats. Its defensive stats were horrible, but it still got banned because it just outsped everything and just killed it, or you turned out of there. And Slitherwing, it doesn't do the same thing at all. Yeah, so Slitherwing is like C tier. Oh wait, I was supposed to go to. I was supposed to do these two. I was supposed to do this one before this. Okay, Iron Shreds. Iron Shreds is. I'm gonna put it like the top of B tier. Iron Shards is great, honestly. Like, it's just good, but I wouldn't say it's like anything too amazing. The problem, like Iron Shreds, it's like if you compare it to Great Tusk, you'll notice that like it's just not as bulky. It has a better defensive typing, but it's not as bulky. It's much more linear because the only set that's really viable is this one. This is like the only viable set. That being said, yeah, you can run rocks and spin on the same set, which is kind of nice at least, but that's about it. Like Ironhead doesn't even do that much, but you can run it, I guess, if you want. But yeah, it just doesn't have much utility. I mean, it's just like it's not as versatile as Great Tuscan. It's not as bulky. It doesn't hit as hard. It's like it's just a much more linear Pokemon that's just like, oh yeah, I'm not running max attack. I'm running just HP speed shit. Like so it's so obvious. And also like since Sun is the best weather in a tier, because Torkoal is just straight up better than Pincurchin, and like Electric Terrain isn't nearly as good as Sun. Um, Great Tusk does benefit from that more as well, from just Sun being good. So you got like lefties, and this is like the set that everyone uses, I guess, like run like Jolly Nature, and I don't know, it's just like it's good, like you got all the utility on deck and like stab EQ, but like with a decent attack stat. But in the end, it's like it's just so linear and so predictable. Like it can only get you so far. I almost did Brute Bonnet. Iron Moth is also B tier. I'd say it's right under Iron Treads. Well, I don't know. I think Iron Treads is slightly better. It's like slightly better by like a decent bit, but I would say in terms of rankings, I'll probably put Iron Treads like 6 and Moth at 7. Um, so Iron Moth, it doesn't get Quiver Dance, but it's got like a monster. It's like Diet Chiyu kind of. It's like Chiyu, but a little bit worse because like I don't see why you would ever run. Like I don't know. There's a lot of scenarios where you'd rather just run Scarf Chiyu instead of Iron Moth because Scarf Chiyu, baits Ruin. You have Dark typing. It's just better. But Iron Moth has some, it has some coverage. Like it has Energy Ball, which is really nice for like a fire type to have. You run Discharge even if you want, I guess. I don't know. You can run U-turn, maybe Fiery Dance is great, Sludge Wave is great. You can run Dazzling Gleam. You have like a lot of coverage, which is nice. So like it's somewhat versatile, but at the same time, I don't see much of a reason why you would use this um over Scarf Shiyu. But with that being said, this thing does have great coverage, and it's really strong. It's really fast. Like it's just a really solid mon. And I'd say it's B tier. Rude Bonnet, this thing's D tier. This thing's ass. um, Brute Bonnet, it's like the problem with this mon is like you're a Grass Dark type, but like, dude, we already have Masquerade's already a decent mon in the tier, you know, and then like Brute Bonnet and Wo Chan, whatever the fuck Wo Chan was that what it's called? Like Wo Chan's ass. It's even worse than Brute Bonnet, but yeah, like Masquerade kind of outclasses these two. Brute Bonnet can like I don't know. Maybe under Sun you could like do some stuff like with loaded dice bullet seed. I don't know, just let's just try. I don't know. I don't use this thing. Let me check this shit. Yeah, loaded dice bullet seed. Yeah, yeah. So like you use this thing, maybe under Sun, it can do some shit. Because if you get like I don't know, maybe with some good reads you can get it to work. But honestly, there's like just better shit. To be honest, there's like mons that are just better than this. Grass Dark is not a great typing, and yeah, it's you could just do better, man. Like it doesn't do much. It doesn't. It's like it hurts kind of, but like I don't know, man. Just run like Chi or something. Something faster, something with better coverage. Grass Dark isn't the greatest coverage. This thing is D tier. Um, Iron Valiant. Iron Valiant is A tier. Iron Valiant, I would say, is the fourth best. It's the second best, and that's not banned. So it's the fourth best overall of all of these Paradox Pokemon. Um, this thing is just really nice. Iron Valiant has two main sets, but you could go. even further than two, to be honest. So the two that are used the most is like Booster Energy. So you have the Booster Moonblast, Close Combat, uh, Shadow Ball, Thunderbolt, or you could use like Psyshock instead of Shadow Ball maybe or something like that. You run no, not max attack, my bad. Max special attack, max speed, attack, and then you'll run a naive nature. And this thing is pretty. This is pretty good. This is really great. You know, you can just you have great offensive coverage. You can just hit everything. You can just outspeed everything and start winning end games with this mon. Easy peasy, just like that. Um, there's also one that I've been experimenting. It's Aura Sphere, and then like I can't remember which one it was. Hold on. Which was it? Was it this one? No. Was it this one? No. Okay, I had like a Calm Mind Iron Valiant that ran like I can't remember if it was Shadow Ball or Thunderbolt that got replaced, but yeah, you like use Calm Mind, and obviously you make this like something like this, and it was also strong. It was also good, and obviously there's a choice spec set where you just run all of these attacks. And then instead of Aura Sphere, use Focus Blast Aura Sphere because like you're not combined, you can't just boost up. So Aura Sphere's kind of ass. I don't know. You can run Aura Sphere if you want, if you just don't want to miss your attacks. I'm not the biggest fan of specs just because like yeah, I feel like I just don't like using Focus Blast, you know. Um, so then there's also like if you want to get even more creative, there is Sword Stance shit that you could run. Okay, if you want to go, it's like like this is maybe as a stretch, I don't know, but you can run like Booster Energy, Sword Stance. You have Close Combat, Spirit Break, and then I don't know what your last move would be. Like you have Shadow Sneak or Ice Punch or something. I don't know. Like, go knock yourself out. Yeah, so that's Iron Valiant. It's very versatile mon. Really great end game. It's just like really great end game. It just wins end games straight up because it just outspeeds everything. It just hits everything super effective. You know, it has the fairy typing. It's the best fairy type in the game, and like you know, in a meta that's dominated by dark types, it's really nice to have a that fairy fighting typing. Screamtail is C tier. It might be bottom of B, honestly. It's pretty bulky. Like, dude, this thing can live a ton of hits, and like you can encore cheese people. Hold on, what's the smoke onset? Yeah, okay, it's the one I was thinking of. Yeah, it's this one. Yeah, like this thing is pretty fucking nice. Maybe you run like less speed, more defense, maybe, and this thing just survives everything. It's actually insane. Uh, Under Sun as well, it's just like unkillable. Only problem with this mod is, um, you know, you're just a cleric. You know, you can only do so much. You know, so like obviously there's only so you can only go so far as a cleric compared to like Great Tusk, who's like a utility, amazing utility mon and attackers at times. And then there's like Iron Valiant, who's just like the god end game sweeper. You know, like and then like you know you're just a guy who lives hits and heals people. But that being said, you're still very bulky and very nice. The B or C tier. I think I'll put you bottom B tier actually. So yeah, Screamtail. It's okay. It's okay. It's pretty good. You know. Next is Iron Hands. Iron Hands, I would say is top C tier. I think it's right under Screamtail in terms of viability. You have like I don't know what people run. Like I've been using this Assault Vest with okay, yeah. People run Sword Stance. Okay, well you can run Choice Band or Assault Vest. Those are the two I was aware of. So if you're running Assault Vest, you could actually run Volt Switch and like Earthquake, Close Combat. Close Combat's a godsend. And then I don't remember what the last move was. I think it was Fake Out or Ice Punch. And this was pretty good, honestly. Like the whole point of this mon is like you live a shit ton of hits and then you just hit back really fucking hard, even harder usually. Like yeah, this set's also good, you know. It's just okay, it's an okay mon, but in the end, like being an electric type, and being a physical mon is just not the greatest. With that being said, though, like you live a ton of hits. Like look at these stats. You know, like you're the physical god basically, but you don't do anything too special because like you can. There's a lot of just like special attackers who are just nuking this format right now. Like this meta is dominated by like is being dominated by three typings: Dark, Dragon, and Ghost, and they're just firing off all the fucking special attacks. You know, if you told me that you switched in Iron Hands on the Chi-Yu, and you took a Dark Pulse, you would, even though you resist that Dark Pulse, you're still taking a shit ton of damage. You know. So yeah, I don't know, but it's also because Chi is fucking broken. Whether so yeah, and C tier. Next we got Fluttermane. Fluttermane is S tier. It was the first Paradox Pokemon that was banned. And yeah, let's just take a look at it real quick. I guess Fluttermane. So there was a ton of sets. Fluttermane had a ton of shit. So you can run Calm Mind, you can run Sub Calm Mind, you can run the Taunt set, you can run Memento, you can run Specs, you could run Scarf, you could run literally everything on this mon, and like you could run a ton of different Terra typings. Like yeah, here, like I was using Terra Fire like day one with Mystical Fire, like that was pretty nice honestly. And I was running like Terra Normal as well, so you don't get hit by other Fluttermane's Shadow Balls. Yeah, this thing was like um, essentially, Fluttermane was just I outspeed. I have the God typing, dude, the God coverage. Literally, Moonblast and Shadow Ball was all you needed, really. Everything else was like, everything else was just like the icing on the cake. Honestly, like this thing was insane. You just outspeed everything. You just killed them straight up. There's nothing else to say. And also, it was just a special God as well. Like Fluttermane, when you ran it up against a Fluttermane, they would just go before you and click Shadow Ball or Moonblast and you die, and that was it. Yeah, so this was the first mon that was that was banned. For good reason too. This thing is fucking broken. S tier for sure. Access Iron Bundle. Iron Bundle was also banned. Um, Iron Bundle. You see, the thing about Iron Bundle is it's one speed higher than Thundurine, which also makes it the fastest Gen 9 Pokemon in the game, by the way. Because the box legends also share Fluttermane speed. And yeah, so you run Hydro Pump, Freeze Dry, and nothing could resist this. This was perfect neutral coverage. Literally nothing resists this. It was fucking insane. And you can run like a ton of shit. So you can run like Scarf, Specs, Boots. I was like, it's not here, but I was using a set with Booster Energy, Encore, Substitute, and the whole point was literally just when they brought in a mon that quote unquote would was like a check to a bundle, and they use like Toxic or some shit. You just sub and then you encore them, and then you just then they have to switch out and you just start firing off Hydro Pumps and Freeze Dries, and you literally just win the game. Like I have some replays even where I just straight up won games from doing that with just Iron Bundle alone. Like this set was crazy. But yeah, you also have like the flip turn shit, which is really good. There's also Scarf and Boots and stuff, and you can use like Terra Blast if you like didn't want to like Terra Blast Water if like you didn't want to you didn't want to risk your Hydro Pump missing. Um, and like I don't know Ice Beam or something. There's also stuff like that with like I don't know with like the spec set. This is like Gen 8 Kyurem but better. Yeah, Iron Bundle is insane. Another Banward Pokemon. Oh, we only have two past and three future. Oh wait, no, that's two futures. Never mind. Should I put these two in? I don't know. I think you guys all know these guys are literally in a tier of their own. In S, I don't know, maybe in S2. All right, let's go with Sandy Shocks. Sandy Shocks is the worst Paradox Pokemon in the game. uh, listen. Uh, I think this mod is funny. I love it, but like, God, it's so bad. I'm pretty sure the Smogon one's yeah, the Smogon one's a fucking. It says use specs. Honestly, this is ass. Like legit. Like why the fuck would like? There's just so many better specs mons. Like you have specs Pult, specs Chiyu, even specs Iron Moth and shit like that. Like why would you use fucking specs Sandy Shocks? Like this thing's so bad. So the set here that I came up with, well, no, I didn't actually come up with this, but you get the point. This set right here is basically, it's a good anti-lead against Glamora, but also like, you could Volt Switch against some water types or like flying types, and you can also just Terra Blast Grass against Great Tusk, and you'd still do a good chunk of damage. That's quite literally the point of this mod. This is literally what I did with this mod. That I think is the best really, but even then it's like it's very matchup heavy and like I don't know, sometimes you just set up rocks and die. Yeah, that's Sandy Shocks. It doesn't do much. But hey, it's a good if your opponent brings in and has like Lamora, Great Tusk, it's time for your Sandy Shocks to shine. Next we got Iron Jugulus. Iron Jugglers, I would say, is right under Slitherwing. This mon's ass, except it's pretty good on rain, and that's like it. Um, so like you have like Weather Ball. Oh, you don't have Weather Ball. What the fuck? You suck ass. So you have Hurricane Hydro Pump. Was it? Yeah, Hurricane Hydro Pump. That's what. Dark Paws, and then I don't know. You like U-turn. Wait, you have. Oh, you have Terra Blast. That's it. Yeah. I don't know, and like I don't know, you go Terra Water or Flying or some shit, and like Hurricane is 100% accurate. I've seen people like play around with like specs as well, but honestly, like if I'm running specs and my Hurricane's not 100% accurate, I'm not sure about that one. Actually, no, is it specs in rain maybe? Oh, that's pretty nice actually. Yeah, I don't know, like choice specs high in Jugglers, I can see being decent in rain, but that was like it. You have to use it in rain, and rain's not even that good in this format. Like sun's just the best weather by good margin. But yeah, it's there. So yeah, Iron Jugglers is like yeah probably bottom C tier. Rogue Moon is probably bottom A tier. Um, I mean like when you see this guy's stats, it's kind of hard to say he's bad. Um, so yeah, like a lot of people, including me, when we saw this leaked stats, we were like, and like its typing and shit, we were like, oh, this is gonna be the strongest Paradox mon, right? Obviously we were wrong. But it's still good. Um, So like we were like, oh yeah, this is an amazing Dragon Dance sweeper, and it can Dragon Dance sweep. That is true. The only problem really is it's not. Believe it or not, It's not even that threatening in this meta. Like Chi and Pow and shit, like can just like kind of check it and stuff with like Ice Chart and shit like that. And like overall, people just decided that Dragonite was just a better sweeper. E-Speed Dragonite, Terra Normal E-Speed Dragonite was just a better sweeper. I can see it, but yeah, it's still decent Dragonite Sweeper, but Dragonite's just better. So another thing that like that's so what's this like? God, I don't know what to say. What's another thing that's making this mod better? By the way, you use flying with boost energy. I forgot if you're using Dragonets, in case you wanna use that. So what people are using now is Iron Head, and then hold on. The fuck this one have? Dragon Claw. That's it. Stab. That's right. I forgot about the Stab Dragon Claw. And essentially, this thing just has amazing speed def, so it's a great speed def uh, wall, and you can also just fucking send off a shit ton of attacks with Choice Band, U-turn, making use of the stabs and like Iron Head, like maybe even use Terra Steel for like the fairy types and shit. Like this thing is nice. It attacks really hard. It's really strong. So yeah, it's a good mon. It's a very good mon. Um, I would say, but it does get outclassed by like certain other mons. But you can still find make teams where like you find a spot for it. So yeah, it's a good mon. I would say bottom way tier. And the last but not least, Iron Thorns. You are at the bottom of D tier, my friend. Um, so let's talk about Iron Thorns real quick. I like never see this mon. Kind of, it's kind of a staple in like screens and shit. I guess. Um, it can do some dirty work. Like the good thing about this mon is it beats the it can sweep and it still beats the three unaware mons, which are Skeledirge, Dondozo, and Clodsire. It beats the three unaware boys because you have Earthquake, you have Thunder Punch, and you have like Rock Slide or Stone Edge. I want a Stone Edge here. Yeah, Stone Edge. Yeah, and I don't know. You can use like Swords Dance or Rock or Dragon Dance, and you could literally just you can kind of just win games sometimes. Yeah, so you have like boost. You can use booster energy shit like this one as well. You have some nice sweeping sets, I guess, on screens where you don't get absolutely fucked by Earthquake or Headlong Rush by Great Tusk or something. I don't know. Maybe you run like Ice Punch or something so you could fight Great Tusk. I'm not sure. But it's a okay. It's like I guess if you're running screens, yeah, use this thing. But like even then, like there's a lot of shit that can kind of wall this mon, and like you can't run all the coverage, unfortunately. Even then, your rock electric typing is just not good defensive typing, and you're kind of slow. So yeah. Um, but hey, you do kind of hit hard and you beat all the unaware guys. So yeah, I'll put you bottom D tier. So yeah, that's the list. Um, I don't know. I think maybe like the only thing I'd maybe debate is like I put maybe like Iron Shreds its own tier between A and B. I feel like it's just like it's like outclassed by these two, but like I mean by these three, but it outclasses these two by decent bit as well. It's like Iron Shred's a weird one. But besides that, like I would say this list does look solid. I'd say all like these six are definitely all very viable, and then like these two are still you could use them. There's okay, and these two are like. I mean, you can use them for fun, kind of. There's like they have like their little nice niches, like on rain and screens and shit. But like you're rarely gonna see these mods, to be honest. And then these two just suck balls. If you use these, you're literally just memeing. You're just fucking around. But yeah, so yeah, that's it for the video. I hope you guys enjoy. It's going to sign out. Peace.